Hey, everybody, and fellow grasshoppers, good afternoon. I hope you all are having a great day. Loki, come on, sit down. Sorry about that. Apparently, he needs attention today. Today, we're going to start and work on chapter 7 of the 12 Laws of Being Human, continuing on, by Manhardeep Singh. And I found this chapter pretty interesting, and so we'll get right to it, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion about it. This is the law of the mirror. It says you cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something you love or hate about yourself. You might think you have unbiased opinions about others. However, the very definition of opinion is that it's personal. There's a reason you have the thoughts and judgments. They're an immediate reflection of your inner beliefs. The self-help genre is very popular for self-assessment, yet frankly, the most ideal way you can find out about yourself and develop is to explore your feelings towards others. Page there, Loki? You don't dislike somebody without any reason. Even if you can't recognize the feeling immediately, I guarantee it's there. We all judge, but we don't have to be mean about it. You love or hate something about someone based on what you love or hate about yourself. Be open-minded, acknowledge others as they are, and make progress towards getting clarity of self-awareness. Work towards truly understanding and having an objective outlook towards yourself, your thoughts, and your feelings. And I will say, this is really, really difficult. You really have to have an open mind to look at yourself, but we'll talk about that a little bit. So negative experiences will come, and they are nothing but opportunities to heal the injuries that you carry. Support others, and thusly you support yourself. Where you can't support others, it is a sign you are not taking enough care of your own needs. People are meant to be with people. We're meant to love them, like them, miss them, and trust them. Open up to them, learn from them, walk away, and sometimes the hardest one, getting over them. Growth occurs in the space among ourselves and another. If it's where we figure out how to love, trust, risk, find our breaking points, and then push against them. Try not to be scared to open up to it. It's where the wild, exciting things are. And it says growth occurs in the space among ourselves and another. It's where the wild, exciting things are. So I want to just circle back a little bit to where it says people are meant to be with people. Everyone, we need downtime. We need alone time. But if we have too much of it, I think it's not a good thing. And one way I really I noticed this, and it was really evident, is there's a show on the History Channel called Alone. And some of you may have watched it, but basically they drop off 10 contestants and you're isolated from everyone. And by alone, it's, you don't have internet, you don't have a phone. So even though you're at home, let's say you're someone who lives alone and you say, well, I'm alone all the time, but you probably aren't. You probably have the company of a pet. You have, access to the internet. You're texting people. There's still, you're not alone. And a really common thread I saw on that show is people, they really do comment on how we're not meant to be alone. Loki. So I find that is so true, that we are meant to be with people in some sense, whether it is, connected through, our phones or texting or phone calls. We're social creatures by nature. So I like that, because sometimes I think, oh, I want to be alone. But sometimes I just want an hour of quiet, but I do need to be around people. And I think we all do. I think that's a very, very true statement. You won't like everybody, and not every person will like you. So save your significant time and energy for the ones that do. There'll be certain individuals you like. What's more, there'll be some you can't stand. Some of them will be can't stand times infinity. Too often we have to spend time with individuals we could do without being out of obligation. And there's two circumstances I can imagine that are worth engaging. And then the two of them have their limits. The first is that they help to guarantee your day-to-day survival, as in you work for them. However, you have to set a cap for this. You probably won't be able to leave your job, a job you hate, straight away. Yet don't remain in the same place thinking you can't find a better opportunity. You will. It most likely won't come to you. However, you would need to chase it down. And the other reason you tolerate anybody troublesome is for affection, as in parents-in-law or someone you love, the one, since you love the one that they're connected with. You can do this from an influential place, however, by being clear in your own head and you're settling on the choice for your own reasons and not because they have a control over you of some kind or another. So yes, family is definitely another one. A lot of times we do have people in our own families that we don't like, or we don't care for how they live their lives, but we still put ourselves in their presence for various reasons, as long as you aren't doing it for reasons of thinking, how would I word this, that you're not worthy of being treated better. So some people have in-laws that, you have to tolerate the in-laws, as long as you realize, or, to yourself, you just know, I don't deserve this treatment. I'm not going to absorb it, but because this is my significant other's, family, this just comes with the territory sometimes. And there's exceptions to all of that. And everyone has their limits and everyone has a right to set boundaries. But those are really the two, as Manhardeep Singh, outlines here, those are the two main reasons we end up with and being around people that we otherwise wouldn't. Like if you just met someone on a street and they wanted to be friends with you, and you just didn't care for how, they were presenting themselves or, like their ideas, you wouldn't become best friends with that person. You'd say, well, have a good life, but I'm going to go this direction instead. We can't always do that when it comes to work and family, at least not easily. So you get respect by being respectful. Respect isn't something you can demand or manipulate by saying whatever you think others need to hear. You earn respect by listening, acknowledging others' feelings, and treating others with a similar respect you expect to get in return. Treat everybody with kindness and respect, even the people who are inconsiderate to you. Not because they are great, but because you are. And that concludes chapter 7. Respect really is, and I've told my kids this, it's earned. You're not going to get respect just because you exist, but based on how you act and how you treat other people, that is what's going to earn that respect. And I think that's just a really important way to think about things as you treat people. And if you do want their respect, you do expect that, and think about how you're treating them. If they aren't respecting you, are they just not doing it because they don't like you? Or are you presenting yourself in a way that isn't making someone want to respect you? So if you show up and you're consistently late to things, or you say you're going to do something and you don't, and then you turn around and you feel like, oh, this person doesn't respect me. Well, have you done anything to earn that? You've showed them you don't follow through on your word. You show them you can't show up on time, so their time isn't valuable. So it also goes back to thinking about yourself and looking at yourself, looking at your actions. Look at how you treat other people. Look at how you view other people, and digging into looking at ourselves and honestly, not just looking and saying, oh yeah, I do everything great. I treat everybody, wonderfully. That's not digging in. So digging in is really looking at yourself as if you were judging that person on the street and say, I don't like how I treat people. I need to do better than that. Or if someone treated me like this, would I be happy with it? Would I respect them? So there's some really, really good takeaways in this chapter. I think, let's see. In chapter 8 is the law of choice, and we'll touch on that. I like this because I believe we all have free will, so I'll do that as the next chapter. I may even do it today. I'm not sure. So if you guys have any questions or comments on this, on chapter 7, let me know. But it was great. Thanks for joining me. And Loki has seemed to have gone to find someone else that came home since I probably wasn't giving him enough attention. But thanks for letting Loki join in the conversation too. All right. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.